Before the age of dinosaurs, Earth was a completely different place. The planet was still in its early stages of evolution, with a much different climate, a different geography, and vastly different flora and fauna. During this time, Earth was dominated by an array of prehistoric creatures that are long extinct. These creatures were not dinosaurs, but rather, more primitive animals that roamed the ancient world. Some of these animals include the Dimetrodon, plesiosaurs, and ichthyosaurs. The Dimetrodon was not actually a dinosaur, but a distant relative. This animal was carnivorous and possessed a large sail on its back, which scientists believe was used to help regulate its body temperature. The plesiosaurs and ichthyosaurs were both marine creatures that existed before the age of dinosaurs. These animals were the apex predators of their time and were able to adapt and thrive in the ancient oceans. On land, the landscape was vastly different from what we know today. There were no grassy meadows, towering forests or rolling hills. Instead, the landscape was dominated by vast deserts, arid wastelands, and marshy lowlands. There were no flowering plants, no tall trees, and no lush vegetation for herbivores to graze on. Despite this, there were still herbivores that roamed the ancient world before the age of dinosaurs. Some of the most common were synapsids, which are now extinct. These animals ranged from small, insect-eating rodents to larger herbivores that were the size of small elephants. In addition to synapsids, there were also amphibians and reptiles that roamed the ancient world. These creatures were adapted to surviving in harsh, desert-like conditions and were able to thrive in the arid landscapes of the time. The climate during this period was also vastly different from what we know today. Earth was still undergoing major changes, and the climate was much more volatile than it is now.
Hey guys! I came here in the middle of the video, asking you to leave your like, subscribe to the channel, because there is a lot of special content every day. Keep watching.
The planet experienced prolonged periods of extreme heat, cold, and aridity, making it a difficult place for life to thrive. Despite these challenges, the creatures of the ancient world were able to adapt and thrive. Preparing the stage for the arrival of the dinosaurs millions of years later, in conclusion, the world before the age of dinosaurs was vastly different from what we know today. It was a time of harsh landscapes, volatile climates, and a plethora of strange and exotic creatures. While these creatures may no longer exist, their legacy lives on, giving us a glimpse into the fascinating history of our planet. As Earth continued to evolve during this time, geological activity was also a major factor in shaping the planet's landscape. Volcanic eruptions were common, and large landmasses were still shifting and colliding, forming new mountains and continents. The supercontinent of Pangaea was still in the process of forming. With the landmasses that would eventually make up North and South America, Africa, Australia, and Antarctica still in the process of merging together. This created vast, interconnected landmasses that allowed for the migration of different species, helping to shape the diverse ecology of the ancient world. The time before the age of dinosaurs was a period of immense change and evolution for Earth and its inhabitants. While it may seem like a distant and foreign world, the legacy of these prehistoric creatures continues to shape our planet today. From the fossil record to modern-day ecosystems, we can see the influence that these ancient creatures had on the world we know today. In conclusion, the world before the age of dinosaurs was a complex and fascinating time in our planet's history. It was an era of rapid evolution, volatile climates, and an abundance of strange and exotic creatures. While much about this time period remains a mystery, continued research and discovery have allowed us to gain a deeper understanding of the world that existed before the age of dinosaurs.